Now, this is a message to all the single people out there. If you will understand this message, then you understand that I'm just trying to help you. This is my deal. You want to learn how to flirt, how to find someone new, how to come up with a different deal. Believe me, I know how to do this. I've done it for like years. Years. And it has been successful. It is. It's successful. It's not a joke. I've grown from that level to another one. That's my thing. So I don't mind 5 on the clock. 5 is the number of change. I don't do these things anymore. I just don't. But it doesn't mean 133 that I don't know how to do them. Number 144. The most essential thing about flirting is confidence. I'm going to tell you something. You have to make yourself stand out beyond another. And one thing that 90% of Americans don't have is confidence. They tell themselves, oh, I don't know if she's going to like me in that way. Yes, she will. 2:33 on the clock. I'm leaving proof of that. I don't know if he's going to like me in that way. Yes, he will. I'm living proof of that. Even if I say no. They try to come with their house, their home, their clothes, and their backpack. $255. It's kind of the point of what I'm trying to say to you is there's a true flirt cannot actually go wrong unless you do somebody the wrong way. And there's a way in which to do that. 3:22 on the clock. There is. $3:33. This is the thing that I'm saying. Is that make sure that whatever you go after, it's not because of some lame BS. I want to get laid tonight. 3:44 on the clock. You get laid out. It's karma. I'm learning to be more open because I want more people in my harem of motherfuckers. That shit don't work. By the way, this is Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. If you don't like cursing, get the fuck on. If you are in here to learn something, congratulations. But I'm gonna teach you how to do and be and have anyone you please. And this is mostly a message for those who need to get out there in the world and just explore what you want. Like, a lot of people don't know what they want to 4:44 on the clock. That's the issue. So allow me to teach you. If you misuse this information, trust me, I don't have to say nothing. God will outseek you. He'll find you, 5:05 on the clock, change, and he'll change you and do who you need to be. Someone out here that is looking for marriage and who is worthy. So, how do you entice 5:33 on the clock? How do you entice another person? And you don't feel worthy? Which kind of goes against confidence, 5:55. And then it dulls down the romance. You never quite get what you want because you see the potential in that person. Fuck a potential. Let me make it clear. There's not a potential. It's a who you are, not who you potentially are. Which means you're taking time out of your personal space to think that they're going to get better. When you are the better. So if you don't have to work so hard to get out here in the world and flirt. All right, Seema. I think you had a crush on me, girl. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, sweet love. You're amazing. If you don't have the potential to be a better you, then how do you expect someone else to be a better them? It's not going to happen. If you don't love you and get your hair done and your nails did and everything did, then how do you expect somebody else to come in and say, I see your nails ain't done and I'm going to get them done? No, look, I did this without you. I did my without you. So whenever it's time for you to get your next hair did, they're going to say, baby, let me pay for it. Difference between you asking and them offering. That's different. Like I said, I don't remember the last time I opened my own door. I don't even open my door to the store. Like literally, if a man could open my car door, they'd do it. But I don't even have to open my door to the store. I go to the store, I walk up to the door, and somebody opens it. Women, men alike. Not as in, like, this is not like a, oh God, and it makes it sound so bad. Like, not like they have to. This is the United States of America. (833). And I'm time stamping this as it goes. This is the United States of America, which means nobody has to do anything for you. Nobody has to say hi, hello, and how are you? They don't. They're like rude here. Like they don't say hi. You have to say hi to them. But 9:09 on the clock, I haven't had so much to have to do that. But I am mostly and definitely polite and say hello and how are you right back. I walk up to somebody and they're like, hey, how are you? Hi. That's the kind of person that God really wants you to be. He doesn't want you to be the kind of person that's like hiding yourself. He wants you to be a top shelf female, top shelf male. That means chivalry is not dead for all of you males, because God wants you to provide self-assurance and rely on self, which means you don't need nobody else to say, you need to do that person right. You need to do that stuff yourself. And females, you don't need nobody to tell you you a top shelf being. Top shelf. You are not vodka. You're on the premium Hennessy place. Like the place where the $8 shots. You're not the $2 shots. You're the $8 shots. The $10 shots. You're the wine. You are not like the bottom shelf vodka. You are not that. I'm going to drink out of your bottle whenever I choose and please to. Excuse me. 11:11 on the clock. Excuse me. As quickly as you picked up that bottom shelf ass liquor, as quickly as you lost me. Because I can afford your whole bottom shelf. And the top shelf and my shit too. My rent's paid, my bills paid, my this paid, my that paid, even without you. And even if you weren't here, trust me, I have other avenues to gain what I need to gain in life. 11:44. I don't need to be your bottom shelf BS. I'm the best of the best. Even if you didn't open my door, someone else would. Even if you didn't step in my closet of skeletons, someone will fight those demons and dragons just to get to me. 12:12 on the clock. And you know what? Yes, I come with problems. Everyone does. Everyone. Who the hell comes out of being a being of life and haven't experienced anything? 12:33. No, I experienced something. That's what makes me a grown-ass woman. I've been through some things. I've done something. And no, I didn't have to sell my body to get there. And I sure ain't selling my soul to you. As soon as I give you a little something that I don't deserve, you just take it. Pull me up like a fallen angel in heaven. Take me up to the skies and then drop me. No, that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is you're going to level up, level up, level up, level up. That's a song out there. Look it up, guys. 1333. You're going to level up to where the hell I am. I'm not coming to look for you. I'm not. I don't care where you went. Yeah, I might hear about you in some of my tarot card readings because your energy is so strong and wanting me that you just is back up in my shiznit. I'm not coming for you. I wish you all the best in God's grace, God's love, and God's glory. Okay? I wish you all the best. All the best. It took a long time for me to get here to say, I don't care anymore. Not even a little bit. And what the hell you did. Because everything you did, 1433, if I was in the right, you're going to get yours. I'm so sorry, God. You're going to get yours, 1444. And whatever I did, I'm going to get mine. Whatever that means. I can't stop karma, 1455. I can't do it. I can't stop my karma from happening to me, the wrong in which I did. And I can't stop your karma from happening to you, the wrong in which you did. But I promise you, if my wrong was warranted 15-15 and your wrong was just a whole ass showcase, you're going to end up regretting that shit. And thinking of me even on your birthday in that way. I don't have to apologize to you. I'm just telling you, I love you to death, but you need to move on. Why? If you think I'm all this and all that, 1544, why are you contacting me? I mean, I've had people that I've like literally liked more and they didn't even say a thing. 1555. So my question is, why are we having this conversation right now? And that's my question. Why are we even talking about this? 1616. If I'm not shit, then why do you feel the need to come for me? And that means not come after me. Come after me means, I'm going to use it as an example. Come after me is you this, you that, you this, you that. You know how like you read those articles about like crazy females that go after their husband's cars and their husband's girlfriends and that's coming after somebody. They find out where they live and they show up on random. That's coming after somebody. So I guess that's kind of what it is. Somebody came after me. Coming to my whatever platform they can reach me and telling me, I don't want to be with you no more and I love you, I love that, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing something, this, that. Look, little girl. You could have just as well said nothing. And I would have just been happy with that. I would have moved on with my life and you moved on with yours then. That's happened twice. I've had 4 people from my past come back for me. It's so awkward at this moment because I'm in my stage of my life where I just kind of want to move on from the B and the S. I don't want to wish anybody harm. Like, that is so black magic. That's black magic. Don't do spell work. Please don't write it down. Because as soon as you write it down, that stuff, if it ain't positive, it come back to you. The most black magic, the most magic, and it's not even black, but the most magic I do, I say, I wish 1909, I wish Sheila, John Henry, I wish them nothing but the best. My heart is too big to wish people hardship. It's like you being the king, the queen, the knight. It's like you being your person being the part of the court cards. I mean, it's like your person. Your person. You being part of the court cards and the other being still in the minor arcana, trying to work through things. And then you wish even more work on them. And I don't care what people have put me through. I really don't. And I don't care what I put myself through. And I don't care what happens. I don't wish bad 2044 on another person. Like, and you think your story's bad? You went through one breakup, maybe two, maybe three. My whole life has been a breakup. And I still pray to God that nothing happens to each and every one of them. I want them 2121 to be elated, happy, and perfect. I know that that's not how he works. 2133, but I also know that's my works. Is that I do this for the love. 2144. I don't do this to shame people into some bullshit. Like, seriously, 2155. I do this and you know what? If anything, I want to pray to God that it becomes 2211, that it becomes less of a prayer for me and more of a God. That's not what I wished for. I didn't wish for their downfall. 2244. That's not what I wanted. I don't want their downfall. I wanted you to notice 2255, my struggle, and just let me come up from what they did. They don't have to fall for me to feel better. What I want is that I feel better on my own. That's what I want. I want you to show them the pits of hell. That's not what I want. I'm sorry, 2323. What I really want is for the struggle on my end to end. Because, no, I don't know what they're going through. That's not my issue. Never was. 2344. If you chose to cheat, lie, steal, deceive me, okay, you did it. You won. Now that you're gone, what will I do? Because I blink these eyes, smell through these nostrils, and speak through this mouth. What will I do? Am I ever going to make it to the Hierophant? I'm Ace of Wands, 2424. But will I ever make it to the Hierophant? And I started out at the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Wands. And now I'm at the Ace of Wands. Can I please make it to the Hierophant? Maybe I have, and I just don't give myself enough credit. And that's exactly what I'm speaking of to other people, is that if you're an air sign and you started out on all these swords, if you're a water sign and you started out in the deep, and you know the two of cups, and then you became the three of cups, and then the four of cups, and then the five of cups, and then the six of, there's a lineage you have to leave. No matter how much you love cup energy, there's something you have to leave to get to the next level of all of this. That's what these cards mean. They're teaching you the way to get to the next level of all of this. Enjoy and love your goddamn self. So what? I smoke a cigarette or two. I enjoyed that puff. So what if I drink a cup of wine or two? I enjoy that drink. So what if I go out and let myself loose? I needed it. I enjoyed it. And the next morning, there's no regret about it. 26. That's 8 and 8. The infinity. There's no regret. It doesn't matter what happened. I don't regret anything. I don't even regret if I had to stand up for myself and whoop your ass down. I don't regret it. Because that's the whole symbolism of I am a human being too. I was born of God's love and I'm going to die in it. Which means you can't take me from me, and I sure the hell can't take you from you. And whatever you choose to do, I can stop it. 27 o'clock. This is not a joke. And you're not going to take me as such. I'm not playing with you. I'm not a child. This is not a playground. I wasn't born yesterday and gonna die tomorrow. I'm gonna show you every single ounce of my intellect. If it means you stop messing with me in that way. And I'm not even discouraging you from your intellect. But if the smartest you can do in yourself is to try to deceive, lie, cheat, get away with, dishonor, disrespect me, that's the best you can do. 20. There's a whole bunch of you. Walk away a day in my shoes. Walk away a day in my shoes. And guess what? I'm not a fool. And I'm not walking away from you. Because I have 2 feet. I have 2 hands. I have 2 eyes, 2 ears. I have a mouth and 2 nostrils. And neither of them do you control. Play with me. Because your games, I'm not no motherfucking remote control. Excuse my language. You can't play me like Nintendo or whatever you have in your country. You ain't not about to play me like no games. You don't know what the heck you doing. If you didn't know, then what's your problem with apologizing? Saying, I'm sorry, you know what, I won't do it again, and never doing it again. Someone once told me, I'm sorry means I'll never do it again. I actually have more respect for the people that don't apologize for their bullshit and never come back again. have more respect for those people. Because you know you're bullshit and you don't apologize for it. You straight bullshit. At least you moved, at least you love me enough to move on with it. That way. You love me enough to move on with your bullshit. That's what I respect. Trust me. I respect that shit. I mean, instead of the person I spent umpteen years with keep trying to feed me the same 30, 44 BS that they came with. Look, little girl. Look here. Go about your business with your 2 kids that you have now. Not only one that's not even out of diapers, but one in your stomach, which means you're about to have 2 not even on the diapers that you can't even take care of. And the man that you want to be with, no, that you are with, because you want to be with me, you want to be with me and bring all that havoc over here instead of staying with the person that you're with. And you went out to have 2 goddamn kids without my consent, or without an agreement amongst each other that I'll be any kind of father. 31, you went out and did your own stuff, and then you want to come back here every single time you can, try to make me your baby daddy because your baby daddy can't. No. And I love you to death, and I love children. And that was like my dream, to have children with my wife, to grow together. That you use everybody for what you want them for, and then you leave them. But you loved me. So, I'm sorry. What do you expect? I'm sorry, love. The answer is no. When I have a wife in my life, even if they come with children, I want to agree to it. And not have somebody break my heart, steal everything that they possibly can from me to make this person happy, just so they can have 2 babies, and then come right back to the person that they stole their existence, my existence from, and theirs too. 3303 on the clock, and my life pass number is 3. Stole on my existence for, and then try to come back to me. And then you have such a smart mouth to tell me, and I told you, I ain't about to do that. You told me, I don't want no women. Then why? 33, that happened. Then why are you contacting me? We were married and divorced 3, 4 years ago. Why are you contacting me? I said don't 3 or 4 years ago. I gave you back everything you have. You owned even our shared bank account. Why are you contacting me? And you stole everything I had from my house and then gave it to your man. And then you wanted to contact me telling me how horrible he is. Look, girl. The reason I'm telling you my story is because this is not just my lesson. This is everyone's. Everyone goes through this. Not in like the same incident. I was watching a show on Netflix. The guy left the guy. And he left him for quite some time. He even dated around a little bit. Knew this guy was just in heartbreak, like pain, and treated him like he wasn't nothing. knew the guy, planned on spending the rest of his life with him, and treated him like he was nothing. I had a girlfriend like that too. Shortly after my marriage ended. Like I was nothing. But I know why the cage bird sings. My Angelou. Because at one point or some point or another, you realize that this life is not just about you. Because if it was just about you, you'd live in your apartment by yourself, alone and at home, and nobody would even fuck with you. No one would mess with you. And when God intends for something to just be about you, you're going to live in your apartment alone at home, and no one is going to fucks with you. That's God's protection. That's the blessing. Is that the evil people, beings of this world couldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, because he intends more for you. He has you on his mind, and right now, you is his goal. Like, do you know who you are? Who is I? Who am I? 33, 36, 36. Who is I? That's a 9 again. Because you spend so much of your time giving yourself to others that didn't even appreciate it. How can you buy somebody else a Birkin bag and you won't buy your own Birkin bag? Backpack. More like for me. You buy a house, you buy 4 kids, 6 kids a pair of Jordans, but you won't buy your own Jordans? You spend your money on bills instead. You don't even take care of yourself the way you take care of other people. That's why I'm single. Because God said, it's not until, because I don't see it that way. God said to me, I need you to stay single. You can have anybody you want. You can have whatever you like. Yeah, T.I. Hats on me, Patron on ice. And we can pop bottles all night. And baby, you can have whatever. I am the T.I. You can have whatever you like. I am that person. If I stepped outside this bubble I've built for myself, I can get whatever I like. I could walk in a place just like this, and everybody would shake my hand. Everybody would high five me. What's up? Everyone. And if you don't know me, you're going to, and not even through my mouth, through words of someone else. But God put me here for a reason. He said, be single for a reason. So you can finally give to your goddamn self. Because you've been given to bartenders, and you've been giving your energy to all these people out here that say you can have whatever you like. And you've been doing all this stuff, and when you're done with that job, you do this job. And when you're done with that job, you do this job. And when you're done with that job, you do this job. And now you have a dog in a kennel somewhere. And then you got to clean your house and wash your dishes, and then take down your hair, wash it, and get it done again. You never have a break. That's what he says to me. It never stops for you. Like, stop. 54001. Stop. Watch a movie, lay the freak down. Close your eyes because you can't even sleep at night because of the next thing you know you have to do. In the morning, the daytime, the evening, and the night. You chase paper so much. You chase all these things. It's not even a chase. It's like everyone's asking so much of your energy. You have none for yourself. 44 on the clock. You have nothing left. And now that you're just empty and you'll bark like a dog to anybody that come near you, then it's the irritation of what everybody else asked for. 4104. I'm irritated. I don't want you to ask me for shit. Can you please come to my house and rub my back? And hug me. Let me lay in your arms while I sleep. It's the simple things that makes a difference to a person like me, who's always chasing to be better, to do better, to want better, to never have to explain, but to show you the airplanes and the sky that can take us both to the next level. That God said, look here, little girl. It's time to give it to yourself. It's time that no one else can detour you from your top shelf self. You all are top shelf selves. You know why? How I know this? Because you come here for enlightenment. You don't come here to tarot because you want to understand or you want a reading for you. I mean, it's not superficial. It's like something heartfelt, like something happened and I just don't get it. God told me to tell you, it's because you're top shelf shit. The reason that they are not back is because they vodka and you Hennessy. How the fuck a cherry vodka sour $2 is worth a $10, $15 Hennessy? It's like 2 different shelves. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like there's level to the shit. And they just ain't at your level. So why disrespect yourself and wonder when your bottom shelf bitch is going to come back to your top shelf ass? Because if you believe in anything, believe that you're divinely guided. You set on this earth by kings and queens who protected you from the beginning. 44:11 on the clock when I said this. Please understand that you were protected from the beginning. 44:22 and confirmation. Do you need anything else? You think you aren't protected if somebody was freaking you over and then left you? They were freaking you over. 44 on the clock. And then they left you. Even if you have questions about it, they were freaking you over and left you. That's why God says their rejection is his protection. This is not a joke. And they won't let them come back. I promise you, because they have more ego than asshole. Excuse my language. They honoring themselves by messing you over, pretending with everybody else that they did right by you, knowing that they did absolutely the trash opposite, and then want to sit there and act like it was you that did it amongst their family and friends, because that's the only place that they can get away with it with, and then go ahead, act like they right, stay at their mama and daddy house on their motherfucking couch, and you are sitting here wondering when they gonna come back, and you at your home. This is yours. This is yourself. Do you need a comeback? If that person is not going to come correct, like, what would God say? What would Jesus do? And then what did you do? Because God is not going to stop. God does not affect human will and possibility. And whatever goes against him, and if it's not the right thing, he's going to let you know about that shit. Today, tomorrow, now, or later. He going to let you keep. Some people, he just keep building up the BS that they provide for themselves. Build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up. And then they get this. Look, how many layers on the tower card is that tower? How many windows and floors are there? So God will let you build yourself up to you one of those people jumping off the top. Or you're going to learn something than not. So you were not wrong. You never were. You were not wrong for believing in yourself. You better learn something today. Because them tower cards are the best things you could ever get. I love a motherfucking tower. Because that means I get to rebuild what I thought I lost. The 5, 6, 7 of cups. What is it? 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. The 6 of cups. The 5 behind them and the 2 that's still standing up. I love me a tower card. Confirmation. I love me a tower. Because that gives me a moment, my spirit, my life, my love, my honor, my devotion builds up. Your commitment is being tested. And that is not commitment to somebody else. That's commitment to yourself. Like, do you honor yourself enough to not let somebody that treated you like shiznit come back? Or if they did come back, they better come back different than they was. Like a whole lot. Like a whole lot. Like a whole grip. Don't come back because I was the best you ever had. Come back with the real shit. Like growth. The growth. Because while you was gone, I hit a whole bunch of stumbling blocks. I had a whole bunch of tower cards. I had a whole bunch of Capricorn energy. I had a whole bunch of stuff. I had a whole bunch of cisnet. I had a whole bunch that I had to grow out of. I had to grow. I just come from, I don't know, an avocado seed. Then I learned that they are so hard to grow, but I grew one. I had to learn to come from avocado seed, one of the thickest, largest seeds on the shelf. And I had to grow from an avocado seed, and now I'm, I have like a sprinkling of a tree now, and I went through all these tower cards to get there. So are you gonna come back to me as an avocado sprinkling, and one day I'm gonna be an avocado goddamn tree? Are you gonna come back to me? I mean, seriously, with some weeds? Because whatever you tried to do over there didn't work out. 50:05 on the clock. Oh, Lord. I'm getting mad just thinking about it. You know what I went through to get here? Do you know the spirituality I had to embrace? Do you know? Do you know every prayer, every verse of the Bible? Hold on. Every verse of the Bible I had to write down and say, God, oh Lord, how many hours I cussed him out? And I did. And he knew why. He didn't hold it against me. 51-51. He didn't. I really thank him. Because I've been cussing him out for like many years. But every year I grow from an avocado and you know what? I bought my avocado at the stove, and I took the seed out, and I put it in a plant, and I did 1 years ago. It didn't grow into anything, but when I started to grow, it started to grow. And I love that man. My dog. He's starting to learn a lot. He's so freaking smart. Like, I can't stand it. He knows what he does. He does. He does a lot of things out of anger. When he doesn't do what he doesn't get what he wants. So this is the story. I did a lot of angry growing. A lot of angry growing. Because you know what? God gives you the opposite of what you know. And so I never grew up angrily. I was not angry at the life I was given. I just kind of lived it. I wasn't mad. I just kept going. This is the first time, a moment, 5:03, 5:05 on the clock, that I even felt true anger. I've never truly been angry before. Like never. Like never. You know what I did with my anger before? I channeled it into music. So every time I felt angry, I learned a different instrument. That's what I did. But I've never cussed someone out. I never beat nobody up for hurting me and they hit me first. My face, my eye, chased me with knives, tried to cut me, tried to do all kinds of things that I wasn't even responsible for because that was their childhood wounding. Tried to trigger me in any way that they could. I never had been angry before. Never. Like I never have been angry. And it makes me want to cry because I never have been angry before. I've never been angry. Mad, disappointed, neglected, fallen, fucked up, fine, fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional, FINE. I've never been angry before. I have never stood up for myself. I've never. That's 2 confirmations. Much more do you need? I've never felt, and when I told my mama, and my mom, I don't know what's wrong with me because I've never felt this way before. I was angry. I was mad. I never felt that feeling before. I never let myself go there. Because I felt like my being angry or mad or disappointed or upset would disappoint people. I just never. I always found an outlet, but I never found a let in. Express your emotions. Let your feelings in. Cry about it. You know that most of my childhood life as a child, I literally cried about 5 times in my 35 years of my life. 37. I never let somebody in to cry about them. I'm a foster kid. Those who come in, they leave real quick. It's what I expected. But I never expected to fall in love with people. And when I did, my mother, my father, my mom, my dad, I have 4 sets of parents, 2 families. I had 2 loves of my life. One of them that really didn't deserve it, which I made into my wife because somebody made me. And I knew I shouldn't have. The second one, I knew it wasn't right because they were non-committal. They didn't know if they wanted white or fried rice. I let all this stuff into my life because I wasn't admitting to myself that when it was happening, it was making me angry. I didn't know what anger was because I never let myself go there. Like I never let myself be angry. And now, look at every Sagittarian reading. It'll tell you the truth about me because I'm chosen. It took me a long time to realize it. If you want to know if I'm in my car and driving, it will bring in the chariot card, the work, the endeavors. everything that I go through, the constant, once I get off a job, come to another one, 59, because I'm trying to build something and I have to do it on my own because I'm too angry to let anyone help me. Because those who tried to be a part of my life used me. And now they want to come back with apologies. Now that I'm angry, they never saw anger in me. 1010033, they never saw it. Or ever that I could be angry. They just saw the gateway to inside of me. But they didn't realize that I'm a seer. I see into you. And once I get fed up, good luck for everyone. Because I am angry. And somebody, and I really kind of liked this person. I did. But as soon as they came in, I could tell them everything about me. And they would tell me nothing. Well, I might have to. And I don't know how long I might. And then, guess what? I think I have I think maybe I'll have a criminal history. And then maybe I might have to spend some time in prison. And then maybe, but I can't tell you what I did. Get the fuck on. I'm tired of y'all shits. Y'all sidewinding ass bitches. I'm angry. Tell me what the fuck you did so I can see what I'm walking the heck into. Hello. Do you want somebody to be blindsided by your BS? So yes, a lot of my guardedness comes from hurt. But who the heck learns a lesson? Who the heck learns not to speed on the highway if they never get a ticket? I'm not mad at everyone. I'm just mad at the people that come to me and at me with sideways bullshit. Because I see into you. I'm no longer living my life in a way of but what you could be. Fuck your potential. Only 20% to 15% of the world actually reach potential. Especially when they don't know or don't have a goal to get there, to their potential. Look at my first readings to me now. I have a goal to get to my potential. Go on back to 2019 and come today. I have a goal to get to my potential. I want it. Because I don't want nobody to be here to stop me from getting it. And if God and Source and Universe say I'm supposed to be a billionaire, millionaire, rich kid created on my own without nobody's help and nobody sitting on my throne, then I guess there ain't gonna be ever nobody the fuck here. So I could love myself for once. Potential. I'm potentially the greatest there ever was. Only one that can fail that potential 40155 is me. You can't even stop my destiny if you tried. 0505. Not at this point. Not at this me. And I don't need none of your promises. None of your telling me what to do. I don't give a. I want to speak to those of you out here with arranged marriages. 10533. Fuck them niggas. Excuse my language. If you doing more laundry for them than they will touch up your clothes and they won't wash the period blood out of your panties, then get they asses on. But they'll show and plant more babies, then get they asses on. Because then they'll have more respect of what you have of them, narcissistic bitches, than they will actually have of you. Who the? You sitting over here in me every night. Every 5 minutes, if you please to. And once I have a baby by you, you tell me to shut up and slap me across my face and beat me in my bedroom on my baby watch? My kid is learning how to treat women from you? Saying that I'm an emotional speaker, so my emotions affect my entire body. I just want to throw up right now. That shit is disgusting. And if I let that happen, I'm disgusted of me. And if I don't let that happen, and it continues to happen, I'm disgusted of you. Either way, bye, bitch. I'd rather be alone than to carry your burden. Trying to be something you're not. You're not loving. You're not a true husband. You did what your mama said. Married me for this, that, and the other. 107.55. You didn't marry me because you love me, because you don't know me. If I turned into me one day, 108.18, what would you do? Beat me and try to turn me back into what you want? 108.33. I've personally, I've had too many experiences like that. I had a wife that couldn't keep her hands off of me. And I knew my power. And I knew I could beat her 83-pound ass. And I was 350. I could whoop your ass, girl. I could sit on you, fart, and your ass would choke to death. At the time. You're not gonna treat me like I'm not anything. And yet you carried knives and forks and children and parents and used me for everything I got. And now to this day, you still trying to be on my line. Bitch, get the fuck on. That way. and a lot of other minds in the community. Get the fuck on. Even my own mom. My adopted parents. So when you needed me, everything was fine and you were willing to do everything. But now that I need you, you're pulling the I'm going to drop off this package at your house and then I'm going to get on this train and leave the fuck you where you at. And I adopted you when you were a kid and agreed to take care of you, sign the document saying that you're my kid. And then when you realize, hey, people, it's not even that. Once you fulfilled your part of the contract, your agreement to yourself of the contract, that you were only needing help for a little bit, but you were going to stick around for this amount of shit, and then you were going to go. When you did that, and then you left, thank you. I was never angry before, but I'm angry now. I know what anger is. I didn't know what anger was. 11144 on the clock. I promise you on God, I didn't. I never thought of my life, despite how bad it was, as been. I never thought of my life as angry before. Like, I never got mad. I don't know. And my parents, told me I was full of shit and I was not worth supporting and they hate supporting me and they don't want to do shit for me. And these are my adopted parents, the people that, and they've been doing this since I was 15 years old, since they signed the adoption papers and it was legal. They just have been treating me really fucked up, bro. And I just never got angry. I never did. I never got angry. I never did. If they didn't do it, I just got it for myself. I just never got angry. But now I'm fucking pissed at 40, realizing what they did. 11, 3:03 on the clock. I just never, and I'm a 3 life path. I never thought of it like that. I never got angry. Because I was so used to being treated badly. It wasn't until I was like by myself and alone. In 40 years, I've never been single, like by myself, like just me. And once I was, I got fucking pissed. I started looking up shit. Like, what are adopted parents supposed to do? Is it illegal for adopted parents to just use children in foster care for their gains? 11404. Is it okay? Like, what does these signs mean? These numerology numbers that I keep seeing. What is this shit? What is this shit? And I looked at it and I said, I've been complacent to myself. I didn't know, because I always lived and looked for 11441 for the best in people. I never thought that people were this way, because I wasn't. just kind of grew up one day. This last relationship, I fell so deep in love. I lost myself. It was like a drug. Like every ounce of everything that we experienced together was like a drug. I couldn't wait till the next hit. And until I lost it, I never knew what anger was. I never was angry. I didn't know what being mad, what was feeling sorry for myself is. I never knew how to feel sorry for myself. I just never did. I never considered it. I never considered feeling sorry for myself. That person that left me standing there, I just chased them. I said, don't you see me? Do you still consider me empty? Because I have a cup. Please just excuse me for a second, because I just kind of never. I only ever saw the good in people, and I prayed for them, and I lied for them, and I didn't tell the truth, and I never, I hid shit for them, and I didn't tell their secrets, and I didn't do what they do to me. I just never did. I and you know why? Because I never could imagine giving somebody back the pain in this world that I received. I just never did. This is why I hurt so much. This is why I go through the things that I do. This is why God chose me, because He knows that I never will. Even in my darkest hours, I'll stand by you. That's Bette Midler. I can't hurt people. I can hurt their feelings. I can give them back. If they put their hands on me, I can hurt them equally. I can never go overboard. I just never knew what anger was. It took me a long time. A long time. A long time. A long one. To get angry. I was married for 15 years. After my marriage, somehow I left my wife, and then the next person called me like 2 weeks later, and then I was in a relationship for 3 more years, and both of them were after the same thing. I just never knew to be angry at what they were doing. Person come in and out between me and their boyfriend, and the one that they wanted to leave to be with me, but they didn't end up being with me. They ended up being with them. Maybe they didn't want to be with me at the first place, but all I did know is I just couldn't be angry. I just couldn't be at the time. I couldn't. I didn't get angry until it was me, her, him, and another person. And I just opened my eyes to everyone. The bills of people that I was paying, the constant shelling out to other people. And right now, even in my own life, I can't stop paying bills so I can live, just to have $1 in my pocket. I'd rather live without asking anyone for anything than ask those heartbreakers for something. So imagine I do this with you guys for nothing. I don't get paid for it. I don't get royalties. I don't get commercials. I don't get anything. I don't get anything. But I just want y'all to understand how great you guys are. I don't want anything. I just think y'all are special. Like all the people that have been hurt, all the people that have been lied to, all the people that have been neglected, left, all the people whose names have been tarnished, all the people who are homeless, who just are looking for guidance, all the people that just don't know to be fed up. Like enough is enough. I don't want anything. I just pray on God for all of you and me too, and that we just grow to love ourselves. Like love yourself, because pain doesn't end because you are not going to stop breathing tomorrow. Bitches, motherfucking people, and everybody else is shallow. They think. Are people out here looking to spirituality for answers? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Like truly? They've been through things. And it was hard to come to spirituality for answers. I don't want anything. I just want you all to listen. That will be the glory for me. It's just to listen. I'm not asking for anything. I tell you where it is, but asking you for anything, I'm not asking you. I just want you to listen. When I was a kid, that's the way I learned, is to listen to old people's stories. People who are like 70 and 60 and I was like 7 and 10 and 15. I mean, I even listened to National Geographic because they knew the history of the world. Aristotle, Nostradamus, Caesar, Socrates, slavery, prohibition. Even the hardship of the Jews, and they have lighter skin than me. They were thought of as a threat. You shouldn't do that to people. You don't just kill them. Well, all these animal activists are activating for animals. And if they realize that this is the chain of command, that the humans are doing this to animals as they did this to man. For hooves, for coats, for the people with money. Yeah, I want money someday, but so I could give it to the homeless. Build a giant shelter. To help the less fortunate. To build a free barbershop for the homeless. So they could go out and get a job. That's what I want. To have a free clothing shop for the homeless so they can get some clothes for themselves. Get kennels for their pets, get dog food. That's my dream. That's my dream. Yes. I want to stop suffering too, but I want to end suffering for other sufferers. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for us, the sufferers, even the people that get an inkling of something out of these stories that I tell. I'm doing it for you too. I'm not telling you things because I just want some reciprocity or fame of some sort. I don't really care about that. I really just don't. But I just want to know that I'm helping people and not just being taken for granted. Like, it's here, and people watch it. My views are up. But until it happens to them, people just don't see the value in it. So I wait for it because God says, I'm a Sagittarian, I am a teacher and a seer, I'm a philosopher, which I am. I study my craft until the beginning, from the beginning to the ending. I study the occult. I don't do witchcraft. I don't do magic. I don't speak into the universe stuff that I just don't wish. I don't do spells unless it's spells. It's just like I'm a fire sign. So if somebody wishes evil on me, I burn it in fire and return it to sender. That's about the biggest spell I do. And I just don't wish nothing bad on those people. I write another letter wishing them nothing but happiness and greatness and burn that too. I don't want people to hurt. It makes me cry to see people hurt. I cry during movies. When, like, I can't tell you, like Schindler's List, I cried during that movie. It took me like forever to like get through the Passions of the Christ. Like, I couldn't even do it. Like, for like a whole like year of my life, and it took like a year of understanding why I've been shown this, that I needed to watch it. That it wasn't the death that the Bible said. It was worse than that. You just don't do that to people. You don't starve them. You don't beat them. You don't do these things. You don't put them in slave ships. You don't whoop them. You don't hang them. You don't kill them for your own gain. We're all God's children. And He'll set your ass in flames. And don't take them for granted, because He doesn't. 1313 on the clock. And a confirmation. Keep fucking with His children. Keep on. You think Corona was a rapture? If you keep fucking with His children, He has something next for you. And only the strong will survive. The one that pray to Him and believe in Him. And that belief never dies. You think tarot is something from the other side? No, bitch. You have to understand. Your gods, your ancestors are speaking to you. They can come back as ghosts, and you don't understand the ghost language. So they're giving you these cards that they can shuffle around and give you messages. You need to learn something. And the most thing is ego. Get your ass to the side and listen what the fuck they have to say. Because if you ain't listening, you won't miss the message. And here come the Tower card real easy. Right behind it. Now, if you didn't like my video, fuck you then. This is Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. I'm leaving. Watch from the beginning. Bye.